Hello dear friends, my name is Victoria Moro. Welcome to Release of the Day. Please remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel where you can keep up with the newest trends in the world of indie artists. Hello dear friends, I'm so happy to be here with you. Join us tonight a very talented musician. Hello!
Hi Victoria, thanks for having me.
Oh, thank you for coming here. How are you doing?
Pretty good. It's like I said, it's a little snowy over here in Canada. We're getting our first freezing rain ice storm of the year. Knock on wood, hopefully it's the only one. But yeah, just kind of staying inside and keeping warm today.
Oh wow. Ice storm is quite incredible, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
Are you ready to begin?
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
Okay, then first of all, please introduce yourself. What's your name?
Absolutely. My name's Jordan Speare, and I am the singer, lead singer, guitar player, songwriter in indie folk duo Burn the Louvre.
Oh wow. And where are you from?
So we're from Hamilton, Ontario in Canada, so about an hour away from Toronto, the big city.
Okay. What is the genre of your music?
So that's an interesting question. I said indie folk earlier, but it's kind of a little bit of, if I had to describe it, what I've said in the past is we're indie rock with folk tendencies. Is how I describe our sound right now. It's a little bit of a little singer-songwriter, a little rock and roll.
Oh wow. Singer-songwriter with rock and roll, I think it's very, very nice.
Yeah, oh, thank you. It seems to be working so far, so, gonna keep evolving a little bit, yeah.
And what is the last song you listened to?
Oh, the last song I listened to, it was probably something by the band Bully. I'm really into like the Riot Girl punk bands. So I've been hard into that lately. So it's been a lot of Bully the last few days. I kind of go through phases where I'll listen to the same artist and just go through their whole discography, and then like I'll spend like weeks or months on the same artist. So like lately it's been bands like that. So probably Bully. Yeah, she's really good.
Oh, nice. Nice, you remember everything, and
I like to think so. I got a pretty good memory. I think I get that from my mom and my dad. Yeah.
Amazing. And what is your favorite movie or TV series?
So I'm so glad you asked that question. My favorite movie of all time would definitely be Fight Club. And it's interesting because the band name Burn the Louvre actually came from a Fight Club quote. Because we get that question a lot. People, it's an interesting band name. It actually came from a quote from Fight Club. It's not in the movie, but it's a line out of the book, which is also great. The book's fantastic, but the movie is definitely my favorite. So it just kind of all made sense. It kind of all fell together when we, years and years ago when we had to pick a band name, right?
Oh, nice. Now we know origin of your artistic name, actually, of your band name.
No, right? Absolutely. Yeah, it's a fun little Burn the Louvre fact right there.
And next question was about book, but I think you already
about the book. Okay.
Answer. What's your favorite book?
You know what? It's funny because I like the book Fight Club a lot. I don't know if it would be my favorite. It's definitely up there. I think it would be either Fight Club or High Fidelity. That book about the record store owners and everything like that. And it was they made a movie out of that one with John Cusack. That was pretty good, but I really like the book better, I think. So if I had to pick a book, I think I'd pick High Fidelity, actually.
Oh, wow. Different.
Yeah. As a music fan, I kind of really like the approach in High Fidelity and like all the different references they kind of sprinkle throughout there, like while working in a record store.
And what is your favorite dish?
Favorite dish? Definitely breakfast food. Anything breakfast food for sure. I feel like you can have that any time of day. Whether it's like eggs, home fries, bacon, steak and eggs is probably my favorite for that. And then I make a really mean blueberry banana protein pancake. So that's definitely a favorite for whenever we do brunches here in the house with me and my friends.
Sounds very delicious, actually.
Yeah. Oh, this is really good. It's gotten pretty good reviews so far. So we do like I live with my two best friends. So we do whenever we all have the day off at the same time, we'll do a huge brunch, a bro brunch. So we call it brunch. And and we'll just like make up a whole bunch of food, and like my friend Jesse will make some fancy mimosas. It's yeah, we have fun on our days off.
Oh, nice. It's always nice to have fun. Yeah. And if we talk about animals, are you a cat person or a dog person, or you prefer other animals?
Definitely a dog person. I had a beagle growing up, named Benji. Actually, one of my tattoos is for him. I got like a I kept his dog tags when he passed away, so I went and had it tattooed on me to look like a necklace, right? He was my childhood dog, right? I grew up with him, so and now my brother has another beagle pup himself, him and his fiance, so he's always I'm always down to dog sit or help them out with that, because yeah, Brady's just a great dog too. So yeah, definitely a huge dog guy over here.
Nice, very nice. And if we are back to music, which artist influenced you most of all?
That's a really good question. I don't know if I could pick one in particular. I think it would probably be a couple. So for this record that we just released, Silhouettes, for those songs, I was listening to a lot of other Canadian singer-songwriters, actually, coincidentally enough. So it was like a lot of Sam Roberts, Joel Plaskett. I'm a huge Metric fan as well, so like they're always in the mix, even though our music's a little bit different from theirs. You know, we don't have a synth, but also I'm after the fact. So those were kind of like some of the influences for the first record we just released. But over the last couple of years, I've gotten a lot more into female singer-songwriters. I'm a huge advocate for girl bands, and like I'm a huge Lana Del Rey fan. I'm a huge Phoebe Bridgers fan. Like I said, the Riot Girl bands like Bully and White Lung and stuff like that. I'm yeah, big into a little bit of everything in there. But yeah, I try to pull something from everything when you're writing, I think, you know.
Very nice, actually, but it's always like this is not possible if only one artist influence you.
Exactly, right? Yeah, that's I think it's good to have like a bit of variety in there, right? Yeah.
If it's only one artist, it makes like copy.
Yeah, no, exactly, right.
But if you listen, make your own, plus listen this, it's much more interesting, always.
Absolutely, right. Yeah, like on the new album, for example, like we have some songs that are very acoustic-y and almost they're pretty much indie folk, and then we've got a couple that have like a bit of a country influence. A couple are like basically punk songs, so there's like a little bit of everything on this record, and I kind of tried to pull from my love of like, you know, like the singer-songwriters, in particular the women, just because I think they do it better, and then like some of like the more hardcore punk stuff that I like. And well, obviously we're not a hip-hop group. There's a lot of hip hop artists that I really admire for their ability just to speak on some of these world issues and political topics, and the way that they do it. Bands like Run the Jewels, or like Most Def, and artists like that, Childish Gambino, that can kind of speak on things like speak on current events with coming from a point of intelligence. That's something that it's kind of it's inspired me in my own writing moving forward to kind of like, you know, expand my repertoire a little bit, you know, like write about some different things, you know, something that important things, right?
Oh, nice, very nice answer. And now describe your music in a sentence, or even better, in a word.
That's a good question. I had one for this. If I did, oh, you know what? Yeah, I got a good one for this. If I had to use one word, I would say genuine, because it's coming from a genuine place. It really is. Yeah.
Oh.
So that's the answer I would use, I think. Yeah.
Very nice word. And have you played any notable gigs, festivals, or other events?
So not too many festivals or anything recently. We've been kind of COVID kind of put a bit of a pin in our plans. I had just met my guitar player Sean, and must have been end of 2018. Yeah, after I finished recording the album, I met Sean. So then we were getting together, and we were practicing for about a good solid year. We were getting ready to play gigs, and then COVID happened, and we couldn't. So we were kind of just spending a lot of time just practicing and working away in the background. But it was very nice this year to finally get back out and start playing, even just local shows, like even just playing back around our hometown again and getting out at least once a month again, just to kind of rebuild some relationships and friendships and make some new ones, right? Because I'd been out of the game for a couple years, kind of working behind the scenes on this new record. Wasn't really playing much because I didn't really have a band. I had a whole lot of stuff happen. Long story, but it's been nice to get out playing again, even if it is like smaller gigs. But we're hoping that next year these smaller gigs will equate to hopefully some bigger ones, and maybe a festival slot or two next summer.
Oh, good, because now is much better situation for musicians too than 2 years ago. Absolutely.
Oh, for sure, right? Yeah, that was very sad to see. Especially some of the musicians who really relied on touring, and that was like their whole that was horrible.
Yes, exactly. Okay, what's your best quality and what's your weakness?
That's a good question. My best quality, I would have to say, it would definitely be my persistence. Because I refuse to quit, even when everything's screaming at me too sometimes, so I've been, because Burn the Louvre started out as an indie rock band that I started with my brother years ago. We released 2 EPs together. Things were kind of chugging along, going really well. And then he decided he didn't want to do this anymore, which, it happens. People have different goals. So I basically had to rebuild this from the start. I basically start all over again after that happened. So it took a long time, but now that now that we finally released this new album just a couple weeks ago, I've had some time to kind of sit and reflect on, that's pretty impressive that I was able to do that. I'm kind of proud of myself for that I didn't just roll over and die. I was like, hey, I've got some songs I want to release. Let's just try again. Let's get at this, get after this, right? So I'd say my persistence is definitely my best quality. My worst quality, there's a bunch of those to pick from. One would be right now, I'm definitely demonstrating one of them. My worst quality would be one of them would be for sure that I just talk too much sometimes. I need to listen a little bit more. So maybe that's the one I'm going to pick right now. Although trust me, I could give you a list.
Okay, you're honest. Is nice, actually.
Yeah.
Okay, what do you believe in?
That's a really good question too. I just believe in freedom and justice for everybody. Everybody should be free to live their own life and do their own thing, however they want to do it. And at the same time, nobody should feel like they're having anything forced upon them. I think freedoms have been under fire over the past couple of years, and things are getting a little out of hand. The world's getting a little crazy, and I think we need to kind of simplify things a little bit. Everyone's just angry at each other for this reason or that reason. People are making up reasons to be angry at each other. I think we should just go back to just everyone keep your head down, mind your own business, and then just let everyone else do their thing, but don't push it on anybody else at the same time. I think everybody should be free to express themselves without forcing it on anybody else.
Nice. Nice answer. And what is your music creation process?
So that kind of changes on a track to track basis, I guess. Whereas some of these songs, the new album Silhouettes is a great example. Some of those songs I wrote in less than an hour. They just came really easily. A couple of them, I had the music written and ready to go. I had all the chords, I had the chord progressions figured out. I had all like the little like lead parts figured out, what I wanted to go where, I had all that done, but I didn't have lyrics to it. I just, for whatever reason, I was blanking on the lyrics. And then, you know, months and months later, in some cases a year later, I ended up like finally finishing it. Like, you know, it's fun. Inspiration's a funny thing, right? It can kind of, it strikes in different ways at different moments. Because like, having said that, there's been other situations where I've had a whole song written. I've had all the lyrics like written and ready to go. And I was just having, you know, hard time trying to figure out, you know, the melody or how the, you know, what chords I should put to it, or, you know, what key it should be in, or something like that. So it's interesting how it changes. Like sometimes the music comes first, sometimes the lyrics come first.
Exactly, and it can't be the same in every time.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love when they come. I love when it comes quickly. Like it's always nice when you can get a song written in like an hour, and I love when that happens. But then, like I said, there are times when sometimes it takes months, or even like, you know, a year later, I'll tweak a line here or there, like because I'm like, oh yeah, this one's not recorded yet. I could still edit it. So it's funny how yeah, like how inspiration, how and when inspiration strikes.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. It's true. Okay, and now please, if you can, sing to us 15 seconds one of your favorite song a cappella.
One of my favorite songs a cappella.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Mm-hmm. That's a good one. You know what? I will sing a line from an old Beatles song. Well, I guess they're all old now. A Beatles song off the White Album called "I Will." My mom actually used to sing this to me when I was a baby in my crib. It's how she'd rock me to sleep. This song, so it has some sentimental value, this one. So that's one that goes kind of like, who knows how long I've loved you? You know I love you still. Would I wait 1,000 lifetimes? If you asked me to, I will. And then kind of so on and so forth.
Oh, nice.
That one, yeah. Thank you.
Nice song for like lullaby. Fantastic song.
I know, right? Isn't it great? Like that was really cool. I always appreciated that she sang the Beatles to me, and it wasn't, you know, that's a little cooler than like, you know, Rockabye Baby or something like that, right?
Yeah, very nice. And now actually our final question. Tell to us about your music project and your future plans.
Right. So yeah, so we just released our first record, Silhouettes, a couple weeks ago. We were releasing it one song per month for the last 11 months. We had 11 songs in the album, so we've been releasing one song a month since January. Finally, the whole album's out now. So yeah, I've just been focusing on kind of pushing that out and trying to, you know, get that heard, and you know, so that's been a lot of work. A lot of work to do that by yourself. I've had a very long year, so I'm looking forward to after this is done, after I'm done kind of getting the record out to everybody, to taking some time away from social media for one, and the kind of like that side of it, and just kind of getting back to just focusing on playing again, and you know, trying to fall in love with playing again, because I didn't get to really do that a lot this year. I mean, we had our gigs, and you know, we obviously, you know, had a lot of things going on, but I spent so much time behind my laptop kind of like trying to push these songs in the album. I didn't spend as much time playing or writing as I would have liked to, so I'm going to refocus on that next year. We've got a whole bunch of songs already ready to go, so enough for at least a few more EPs. So we're going to kind of figure out what we're going to do with those next year. I've got some songs, and my guitar player Sean has some songs as well. So yeah, we're hoping that we could just kind of work on those, do some demoing, kind of take some time to like tweak a couple things here and there. Like I'd like to kind of tweak my website a little bit, just to make it a little more maybe like user friendly or something like that. Want to focus on our email list next year, huge. So please sign up for our email list if you haven't already. I try to be entertaining. I don't send too many. And yeah, just hoping to kind of like work on like kind of you know, giving more of a body to these songs that we've been working on, that we're gonna hopefully release within the next year or two. Maybe get into record sometime late next year. I don't really want to put a timeline on that, because I know how you know, like the recording process is always so finicky. Things change all the time, but hopefully we could start doing a bit of recording next year for the new stuff that I'm really excited about. The new stuff's very different from this stuff, even though this stuff is great. I'm looking forward to working on the new stuff next year.
It's like perfection don't have a limit, yeah?
Absolutely, right? I could not have said that better myself. I love that.
Okay, and please let our audience know where they can listen to your music, which platforms can you be found on?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have the record up for sale in digital format on Bandcamp, along with some pretty cool T-shirts and some matchbooks. And then as far as the streaming services go, we're absolutely everywhere. Like anywhere you listen to music, if you're on Spotify or Apple Music, or if you use YouTube Music, Amazon, Deezer, Tidal, all that good stuff. Yeah, you can find it anywhere online right now.
And also you have your website, right?
Yes, and our website, www.burnthelouvre.com. Thank you.
Yeah, exactly. And I want to tell you thank you so much for your time, for this nice interview. And what song are we going to listen to now?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much again for having me, Victoria. It was a lot of fun. And yeah, so the song you're going to hear right now, this one's called Lost With You. It is, I picked it because according to market research, it's our most popular song on Spotify right now. So follow us on Spotify. But yeah, this song's called Lost With You. So it's a fun little like indie pop rock song with folk tendencies in there. And it's basically, it was a song I wrote for my first ex-girlfriend. We were just kind of having like a fun little day, and this song just kind of came to me, and it's basically just kind of about like love at like the height of its arc, you know, when that period of time in a relationship when everything's just perfect, and getting lost in the woods together. Getting lost doesn't sound so bad as long as you're together, you know. So that's what this song's about, kind of getting lost in the woods together and just having a really nice day.
Oh, very nice. Thank you so much. And now let's enjoy the song together.
I wanna get lost with you, yes I do. In the ocean deep and the sky so blue. Lost with you, not a clue where we are, what to do. Ask me when she looks the best, and yesterday's makeup and last night's dress. I wanna wake up next to you every morning and afternoon. I got a couple of things to do, well they can't wait, but so can you. Spontaneous attitude with the widest smile to match your mood. Well I don't know how we got here, and you're not sure what to do. Well if you're ever wondering, well I just wanna get lost with you. I wanna get lost with you, yes I do. In the freezing rain, in the morning dew. Lost with you, not a clue where we are, what to do. Waterfalls and rivers run around the bend behind the sun. Couple pieces of gum to chew, and water bottles fill the Mountain Dew. You got an Anne Hathaway sex appeal with some Emma Stone and Jessica Biel. I really love that attitude, won't you give me some, but baby don't be rude. Well I don't know how we got here, still not sure what to do. No, if you're ever wondering, no, I just wanna get lost with you. I wanna get lost with you, yes I do. In the freezing rain, in the morning dew. Lost with you, not a clue where we are, what to do. Lost with you, yes I do. In the ocean deep and the sky so blue. Lost with you, not a clue where we are, what to do. Don't know what to do. Just wanna get lost with you. Lost with you. Lost with you.
Grazie Victoria, grazie Alessandro.